Coming up, we have your September 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors, here today to bring you your September 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update. Now, I said to Kristen, let's show everyone the cool architecture that is in Las Vegas. And I've got to tell you, when we first arrived here, I think I said to you when I drove past this building for the first time, I was like, what's the building that looks like it's been like hit by a bomb?
Yeah, it does.
And you were like, oh, that's the Cleveland Clinic. Well, today we thought we'd show you a little bit above the Cleveland Clinic as well, of course, bring to you the Las Vegas real estate market update, but this is some phenomenal architecture.
It is so neat. I've never seen anything like it.
No, it's by the world-renowned architect Frank Gehry. And this place is unbelievable. It's got like 199 different shaped windows.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Imagine cutting the glass for that.
Right, 199 different shaped windows. Wow. All of the corridors and all of the rooms have been shaped accordingly for when you see the outside of it. I mean, it just blows your mind. And then what's really neat is actually, it's kind of got a little bit of a metaphorical meaning behind it, because they created the building because it's all about brain health. Two aspects of the brain, your creative side and whatever the other side is. That I don't have memory loss.
The analytical side, yeah.
But it's a super cool building, and yeah, if you're down in this part of town, which it's just off the 15.
So it's downtown, right in between like the traditional downtown, the Fremont Street, and the Arts District. It's called Symphony Park, and actually this area is redeveloping. They're building apartments and condos down here. It's also where the Smith Center is, so we get Broadway shows that come through. The Nutcracker plays there every year. Oh, and right behind us too it's called World Market Center, and it's a giant expo of everything interior design, and it's open to the public. Some of the showrooms, twice a year, they have an even bigger expo. I mean, it's floors and floors of every kind of furniture design.
Oh, is it just for interior design and stuff, that building?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge building.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty nice building.
Yeah, it's neat too.
Yeah, and actually we're in a pretty cool little spot right here, because we've just got the Las Vegas Premium Outlets.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a little bit of shopping, nip over there, and then there's a pyramid right here, which I have no idea what it is, but we're surrounded by cool architecture. Just thought that we'd show you some, because people just think that the architecture is on the Strip and all the houses in Vegas are cookie cutter. Well, we do have some cool architecture elsewhere if you know where to look.
Yes, cool. All right, well, let us get into our statistics now. Crazily enough, this was the first month that we've seen in a long time that single family homes, the median sales price actually stayed stable.
Yeah, totally level.
Totally level. It was $405,000. That's what it was last month. So that's great, but listen to this. It's still up 20.9% from the previous year. Yeah. So like we've been saying, we are seeing the market start to soften. As you're going to see, it's still heavily favoring the seller, but at least things are starting to slow down, because that was crazy. This summer was crazy.
The beginning of the year was wild too, and I mean it wasn't enjoyable for anybody, you know. But us, showing a house and you've got to wait in line behind 25 people to go see it.
Clients being disappointed, it's not.
It wasn't sustainable either. So I'm glad it's softening a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit more when we get into the months of inventory. Why actually you need to be really cognizant of the market in where you're shopping, because real estate is local. And what I mean by that, where you're shopping, is in some parts in Summerlin you might be a seller's market, and in other communities it's actually a buyer's market. So we'll get into some of those details shortly.
Absolutely. So the next thing we're going to look at for single family homes is the number of units sold. There were 3,210 sold last month, down 4.2% from the previous month, but still up 10.3% from the same time last year. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that it's up 10% from last year, because this time last year was still pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
All right, next we're going to look at new listings. There were 3,985 new listings. That's down 2.3% from the previous month and up 2.5% from the same time last year. So those are kind of staying steady. Yep. Well, we generally see fewer new listings as we head into the holidays. So we might see some more listings coming on this month, maybe next month, and then we'll probably lose a little bit of inventory right over the holiday time.
Yeah, and then November, December, January is typically a slower time of the year.
Yeah, but actually something to mention about that, there is a benefit to having your house listed, I would say, over that time, because there is less selection for buyers to choose from generally.
So yeah, and if you're a smart seller, you can actually leverage the homes that have been on the market in your community that have been overpriced. Like, for example, we're going to do this with our place. That Kristen and I are going to be selling our house very soon, and our neighbor sold his house to Open Door. Didn't hurt our feelings because he asked us, what you could get and stuff, but this is a conversation for a whole nother video actually. Nevertheless, they've priced it way too high, and they haven't had any showings. And now what we're going to do, because we've got exactly the same model as theirs, is just price ours lower and hopefully sell it, because that's the only other one in the market that's for sale. That's the same as ours, but it's way overpriced. So you can be smart. Yeah, make ours look better. Yeah, exactly, and make yours look better as well.
Yeah, totally. All right, so there were 3,256 single-family homes available for sale last month. That's up 8.3% from the previous month and down 29.8% from the same time last year. So we're getting a little bit more inventory than we were seeing in the spring, but we're still down 30% from last year. That just goes to show that while things are softening, still pretty crazy.
Yeah, but 8% new listings as well. As you can see, if you've been watching our channel for a little period of time, you'll be seeing us say, or hearing us say, that there's more inventory coming on every single month. And I'm seeing that all across the whole of the valley as well. And like I said before, make sure if you're buying a home right now, or if you're selling, that you're not just looking at the overall market update here as a guide to what you should be doing, because as I said, real estate is very, very local. And we've seen in some communities just tons of for sale signs popping up. And you'd never know unless you go through the gates or you're in there, you're like, oh wow, that's for sale, that's for sale, that's for sale, that's for sale. And when you start looking at the data on that, you realize that that's actually now a buyer's market in that community. So you don't have the luxury of overpricing your property and seeing if someone's going to pay top dollar for it. You've got to really be competitive to what the market demands.
Yeah, that's such a smart idea, Steve. So for our overall months of inventory for all of single family, there was 1 month of inventory. Now that's an improvement of 13% increase from last month, decrease of 36.4% from the same time last year. So this is just following along the same lines. We're seeing things soften, but compared to last year, not a lot. All right, so that was our single family homes. Let's take a look at condos and townhomes. Now, condos and townhomes had an increase of 2.1% of their median sales price, up to $229,000. And that is up 23.8% from the previous year. And we talk about this in every video, so you know this if you've seen our videos before. If not, the reason why condos are now jumping ahead in terms of appreciation from single family appreciated so much, we feel that it kind of pushed some people into the condos and townhomes. Yeah,
buyers were, certain buyers were pushed out of the single family market for wanting to be in a, specific location, and then the only other option they have, is condos or townhomes.
Right, exactly. So that's why we're seeing that. There were 888 sales last month.
I like that number.
I know, me too. Wow, love it. Up 1.7% from the previous month and up 30% from the same time last year. So this is kind of where you can see too, the single family homes are up 10% from last year. The condos and townhomes are up 30% from last year. They just had a much slower rebound, and now we're really seeing that rebound start to happen.
Yeah.
There were 1,000 new listings taken for condos and townhomes last month. That's down 1.6% from the previous month and up about 6% from the same time last year. There were 687 condos and townhomes available for sale on the MLS last month. That's up 3.8% from the previous month and down 55.5% from the same time last year. I mean, that just goes to show how many people now are buying condos and townhomes that didn't used to. I mean, and we're seeing with our clients, a lot of clients that come into us, initially they tell us, no, we only want single family. Once they see what's out there, I mean, and you weigh the pros and cons, right?
Well, we did the same thing.
We did the same thing.
When Kristen and I bought our first house in 2016, we were looking at single family homes.
Only.
But then like, I'm very picky. I can walk in the door and be like, yeah, we're going straight out.
Yeah.
Kristen's like, give it some time. I'm like, no, I know what I like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of buyers that are doing the same things. Like they don't want to buy an old looking house that everything in it's 30 years old. They want, you know, granite countertops, quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, nice flooring, you know, little carpet as possible.
Right.
And we did the same thing. When we looked at single families and then what we looked at townhomes, we got what we wanted in the location, the aesthetic, but didn't have to, you know, we saved some money basically. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's cliche, but they say in real estate, location, location, location. It really is important. And that's why, too, if you are moving from out of state, like many of our buyers do, it is important to have an agent that's, you know, honest with you. And obviously we can't steer you to certain neighborhoods, but when you tell us what you're looking for, you know, we're here to help.
Just following on from, you know, communities and stuff like that, if you're coming into town and, you know, you're not familiar with the area, visit our website, and on our homepage, we've just put a couple of driving tours for you. One for Henderson and like the most popular communities that we get, you know, asked about, and one in Las Vegas that covers, you know, Summerlin and the surrounding areas as well. Free to download. Visit our website, thethomasgrouplv.com, and you can check that out.
Yeah. Okay, and very last point I want to talk about for condos and townhomes is that there is 0.8 months of inventory. That's actually less than single family.
Families.
That's the first time we've seen that in...
Is it?
Ages, like ages.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And condos and townhomes are selling, 88% of them are selling in 30 days or less.
Same as the single families.
Pretty much the same, yeah. All right, you guys, sorry, we've got a special guest joining us just for the end of this Mom and Dad life.
Yeah, we had him here with us the whole time, just so you know, but he started getting a little upset and needs some daddy love, mama love, so we're holding him here for the last part of this segment.
Yeah, so very last thing we wanted to talk about, you may or may not have heard that the CDC Eviction Moratorium has been struck down as unconstitutional. So no more of that, which is great news. It was putting a lot of harm and hurt on like the small mom and pop investors. You know, people think like, oh, landlords are greedy, wealthy, but no, a large portion of investment properties are just owned by people. It's their retirement savings, you know, so this is great. Now, is this going to have a huge effect on the inventory? Are we going to see prices dropping as all these properties flood into the market?
No, definitely not. No. I mean, the inventory is already so low that hypothetically, if 50% of those properties were to, you know, foreclose, the market can handle it. You know, there's still enough demand out there, but it's not going to change anything. Yeah,
and along those same lines, same with the forbearance program being out. You know, people have a lot of equity in their homes now, so rather than foreclosing like you mentioned, they can just list their homes. And if you guys are in trouble, make sure you reach out to your banks, because banks don't want to go through 2008 again, holding on to properties. They're going to work with you. If they won't work with you, reach out to us, or if you want another agent, but we can get you the most bang for your buck, and we can help you sell your house, and you'll walk away, and you won't hurt your credit, and you know, hurt yourself moving forward.
Oh, and there's lots of other options as well. So if you just need some friendly advice, let us know, and we'll try and just give you, you know, the best advice we can.
Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are moving to the Las Vegas, Henderson area, or you're looking to sell in Las Vegas or Henderson, please reach out. We would love to help. We're so grateful to everyone that we've met, you know, throughout the journey of our YouTube channel. You can find all of our information at thethomasgrouplv.com. And before we go, if you did get some value out of this video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel by clicking on that bell. He's grabbing my hair with his feet.
Very talented.
Yeah, very talented. He's got his mom's dancing jeans. All right, you guys, we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.